Okay, we promised we're going to be out here right at 3 o'clock. We still have predictions to do for Week 2 football, so let's get busy.
Let's go.
Tonight's game, Centennial and Clovis West. It's a big one, by the way. Sometimes these Thursday night games don't have that feel, but this is going to decide a seed line or 2 or 3 in November. So we got to, somebody's got to win the game. Somebody's got to get the seed line. Both lost to very, very good teams last week. I got Clovis West winning. Again, Trevor and I picked these things completely separately, I swear, and we come up with the same scores somehow.
Yeah.
I've got 30-17 for Clovis West. You've got 28-17 for Clovis West. What are your thoughts?
Another thing, you saw Clovis West battle Liberty, which is our number 1 team in the rankings, up till the very last moment. Mm-hmm. And then you saw a Centennial team that, you got Will Alexander. It's going to be a great quarterback, but, he's got some learning curves. And you're not playing with Cole Beatty, who probably is the most dynamic. Beatty. I said Beatty.
You said Beatty.
I said Beatty. Probably the most dynamic.
Check the tape.
Probably the most dynamic, if not one of, football players in Central Section. When you don't have him, you lose a lot.
He's such a security blanket for a new quarterback, and the offensive line I think is still growing a little bit too, and so it's going to be a tough game for Centennial. On the other hand, Adrian Martinez of Clovis West is a very dynamic player. He gave Liberty fits last week, so that's what Centennial's going to have to deal with tonight. Yep. We both take Clovis West there. Okay, we're going to skip all the way ahead to Saturday. There's 2 games Saturday. Not core Kern County teams or anything like that, like last week. But start Fraser Mountain Desert Christian. Fraser Mountain is going to play this game. They had to forfeit because they didn't have enough players didn't have enough linemen is what it was. They hope they're ready to go this week. Some of those guys were sick and they're back. They play Desert Christian. I think we both took Desert Christian in this game. Fraser's, look, they're in a tough spot right now. They want to go down to 8-man. But
they should be 8-man.
Yeah,
next year,
right now they're competing with 11.
The High Desert League can now handle it because you've got Desert in the league. So move them down to 8-man. Let them play football.
So right now, though, Desert Christian has had his own struggles, but I like him against Fraser Mountain.
Yep.
The other Saturday game, Mojave and Kate. Now this is an 8-man game. Maybe you don't care. These have been 2 of the best 8-man teams in the state over the last 3 years. By the way, very, very good teams. The game is out in Carpinteria. I took Kate, 56-48. Nice little 8-man score.
Yeah, I went a little bit 11-man score, but I had Mojave 28-13.
If that game is only 41 total points, I'll buy you lunch. That's not an 8-man score.
Good, because I'm hungry.
Okay. Now these are Friday night games. Another 8-man game. Maricopa and LA New Designs University Park. I took Maricopa 42-26. New Designs University Park is a new school.
Yep, 31-12 Maricopa.
New football program anyway. Moving on into 11-man football. Boral lost a close one to Kern Valley last week. On the road, really tough one in Huntington Beach against Brethren Christian.
Brethren Christian's just so tough. Private school, good team.
This is exactly why the High Desert League schools wanted to get out of the Southern section, because this is who they compete against, is these football factory private schools. Brethren Christian should win that game, although I like Boral to score some points, 45-27. Okay, Silver Valley and Kern Valley. Who is the best valley?
Kern.
You said it's going to be a close point, a close game by 1 point.
I think that Silver Valley's a decent enough team that they're going to battle the Bronx, but I still have the Bronx win in this one, 21-20.
And Silver Valley is 1-0, but I say up in Lake Isabella. First home game since the Erskine Fire, all that sort of stuff. They're going to be fired up. Kern Valley wins big. Mm-hmm. Elsewhere in the HDL, Cal City, my pick to win the HDL this year, by the way, the Mighty Ravens, taking on Little Rock.
Blowout.
Yeah, if Little Rock, you can't beat Rosemont, you're not beating their neighbors. Cal City's tougher. I like Cal City. Speaking of Rosemont, they are 1-0. Can the Roadrunners keep it moving? They're at Lancaster. This is moving up 2 or 3 divisions in Southern Section parlance, though. We both have it relatively close. We both like Lancaster.
I do. I think it's the bigger school against a smaller school. I think Lancaster wins, especially at home.
Actually, Rosemont is not a small school for the HDL. It's well over 1,000 kids. But, yeah, and that's another one of those games. I had 23-14. You had 22-14. Get out of my head.
Get out of my head.
Oak Park and Desert. Again, Oak Park, a much bigger school than Desert, at least division-wise. I was really impressed with Desert in defeat last week, going up to Reedley and only losing to Emmanuel by 1 point.
Yep. But I still think that Oak Park has the edge here. I have them winning by a touchdown, 35-28.
And I say it's a close game decided by home field. Desert, 31-28. So is that the first one we've been different on? I think so.
No, second one. We're different on Kate,
the
Mojave.
8-man game, Mojave and Kate, yeah.
We're really different on 4.
Okay, into the valley we go now. McFarland at Tranquility. Don't forget the extra L. Both teams have struggled offensively. I got McFarland 17-16. Cougars pick up the first
McFarland.
win. Somebody got to pick up the first win. The Cougars or the Tranquility Tigers. Don't forget the extra L. Miramonte and Kennedy. Interesting game. Miramonte, though, couldn't beat Shafter. Kennedy scores a lot of points. I don't think Miramonte keeps up if it turns into a track meet.
Yeah, Kennedy, 35-13.
We both have Kennedy pretty big there. Foothill and Arvin, the Bears at home. Can the Bears get their first win? I happen to think Foothill will be much better than the sort of 1-9, 2-8, 0-10 dance they've been doing. They
called
didn't show it
Jay
last
Ward.
week, but yeah, Jay Sean Ward really good. Their quarterback Hugo Santana can be really good. I think Foothill can score some points. I got him beating Arvin 29-20.
20-12 Foothill.
Shafter and
J.O.'s
Highland.
got his team.
It took Highland a while to get going last week. Once they got going, they really took care of Arvin pretty easily. Same thing with Shafter and Miramonte. Who wins this one?
Highland.
I got Highland. I have Highland a little bit more than you. You have them by 8. I have them by 15, the Scots. Taft and Monache up in Porterville. Taft can, speaking of scoring some points, look out Robert Cozy. That guy's going for 2,000 yards easy if he stays healthy.
Yep.
So we've got Taft both scoring in the 40s. 40-28 for me, 49-13
Wildcats
for you.
running wild.
Okay, here's an interesting one. Porterville and West. I know everybody's kind of dumped on West High in the offseason. They lost their quarterback, Chris Coleman. They lost their coach, Mark Camps, both very late in the offseason. Causes some problems for a team. I think they may have some consistency issues. But something just tells me that the Vikings are going to come out and play hard this week. This is my upset pick. I got West beating Porterville 28-27.
Hey, man, I hope you're right. I like Derek Dunham when he came in here. I like West High. I think they're, that's a school that is always a sleeping giant.
Yeah.
I just don't know if they're going to do it right away.
And is it possible?
So
You
I got
have
Porterville.
13-6, by the way. Again, if there's only 19 points scored in that game, I will buy you lunch. Porterville's a high-paced team. It should be a higher-scoring game. Something about Derek Dunham tells me he may have that program back up to where he wants it more quickly than we think. Yeah. Cesar Chavez and Golden
can't
Valley.
go there.
Interesting game here. Again, Golden Valley, very good offense. Cesar Chavez, extremely good defense. I have defense beating offense 21-9.
Yep. Chavez 28-13 in this one.
All right. North High, East High. One of the directional battles. The Stars, one of my teams of the week last week. Couldn't believe they took it to Independence as easily as they did. You had that game being a lot closer. I think we both picked Indy, but you had it being a lot closer. So you know what Norm Brown's got cooking up there. But David Finucci on the east side, they beat Delano. Very impressive win for the Blades. This is one of those sneaky, really good games.
Yeah, it could be, and we both might be wrong. We both might be right, but we both got North winning. I got it 21-13. You're still in my head, you weirdo.
I picked these games first this week. I had 20-14 for North. I'm kind of upset we're not broadcasting this game too, by the way, because that's going to be a sneaky good game, and it should be competitive the whole way. South and Delano, it's up in D-Town. Is that going to cause any problems for Delano? Delano struggled to score on East. South's defense really good. I don't see Delano scoring enough. And again, a get out of my head scenario. I had 21-7. You came along and picked 20-6.
Yeah, buddy.
What's wrong with you? Bakersfield Christian and CVC, Central Valley Christian, the Mighty Milk Bowl. Little historical perspective on this. As much success as BCHS has had, their regular season record against CVC since Derek Carr left campus, 2-5.
Yeah.
Just 2-5. They've had trouble in this rivalry. But CVC not real good last year. Happen to think BCHS is better than what they showed against Garces. I think they were just plain not as quick as Garces, but they should be in better shape this week. In a high-scoring game, I got them 37-30.
34-26 BCHS.
Taking the Eagles as well.
Yep.
Okay, Tehachapi and Burroughs. Speaking of sneaky good games, this is one of the games of the week in the county. Burroughs went to Palmdale and beat a very good Palmdale team last week. Tehachapi didn't play. We know how good they are, though. The ultimate get out of my head. We picked the exact same score. 27-21. We both like the Burros.
I want Steve Damon to get to 300 sooner than anybody else, but I think Burroughs has it here, especially without Kieran Scott.
Yeah, Kieran Scott could be a big factor in that game. Couple of games over on the coast. Frontier at Paso Robles. We both take Frontier. I'm interested. I'm surprised we both took them because 2 weeks ago I think we both picked Paso in this game.
This could be a D1 Central Section matchup in a couple of years.
Yeah, it could be. Same with this one. Yeah. Garces and Arroyo Grande. Garces, number 21, looked great last week. I go off the board, maybe a slight upset here, taking Arroyo Grande. Again, I kind of hope Garces makes me look stupid, but I took Arroyo Grande.
I think Garces is going to continue rolling. I think they're going to kind of fix those turnover hiccups and roll.
All right. You have Garces winning by touchdown. I have Arroyo Grande 33-28. BHS and Bear Creek of Colorado. Very strange. Not a showcase or anything like that. Bakersfield, client of a company that brought a team from Colorado in to play them in San Diego. I don't
Yeah,
How does
no,
that
Bear
work?
Creek has a company that that gets them out of state, and so they both found a place.
Not that San Diego's a bad place to play a game
Yeah,
in early
Cathedral
September.
Catholic's playing at Mission Viejo this week, so they both said, yeah, let's
Facility's
go down
open,
there.
let's
Let's
do
have
it.
a game on the beach. Why
That's
not?
pretty cool, actually. That's pretty cool. And Bear Creek, a team that's been pretty good in the past. They haven't played yet. Obviously, out of state, we don't know a whole lot about them. But what we do know a whole lot about is that Bakersfield looked really good last week.
Man, you don't even know.
I saw the highlights, so
yeah, but you got to see this in person. It's impressive. Okay. 42-7, BHS.
You have BHS winning big again. I have 31-14 again. Don't know a whole lot about Bear Creek. I think they're a quality program though.
Yep.
Okay, our one of the games of the week, Ridgeview at Liberty. Liberty #1 after beating Clovis West. Ridgeview's beat him the last 2 years. But the roles seem reversed this year. This year, it's Ridgeview that's shorthanded. Jamar Moya not going to be played. Last year was Jordan Love.
Yep.
I don't think Ridgeview quite has it together to the point where they can go on the road and beat a Liberty.
I don't think so either, and I don't think that Ridgeview. I think when it's all said and done, Ridgeview is going to be a team that's going to win.
Yeah, they'll win 8, 9, 10 games. But don't be surprised if Ridgeview does win this game. I'll just put that down there. Ridgeview's talented enough to do that.
Yep.
Okay, our game of the week, live on Bakersfield.com and ESPN Bakersfield 1230, is at 7 o'clock with the pregame show, Independence at Stockdale. I hope it's a good game. Is there any reason to think Stockdale doesn't win this game?
I don't know, man. After that win against Ridgeview, I think that Stockdale is just playing at such a high level, and Independence still trying to find.
Unless there's a letdown situation, I think Stockdale rolls. I hope for the sake of bringing you guys a good game that it's a good game, and hopefully Independence plays better than it did last week.
Yep.
We got to get out of here. Our producer's John Farrand. Our thanks to Stockdale Football, Stockdale Volleyball coming in. He's Trevor Horn. I'm Zach Ewing. This has been BVarsity Live. 7 o'clock tomorrow from Stockdale, live on B.com.
Bye, y'all.
Looking deep down the left side, Mendeville into the end zone.